Shamolio.
Shamolio.
The gate looked far too pompous.
Pompous for what it was. Pompous.
In fact,
okay, so apparently it's pompous now. In fact, the gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so.
Sweet, just taking over for him there.
Red bricks, black wrought iron, and grey plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. Yeah. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no.
Probably yes, bitch.
Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about that gate for too long, so I entered, though it is a brisk place. Pace. Pace!
Pace!
Good. What? It is.
Moving forward
feels good.
Baby. Yeah, it does.
So I walked towards the main building of Yamakuka Academy with this brisk pace.
Pace!
I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. I don't know. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as if it comes. As it comes.
Yes.
That's what I tell myself. A few buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school.
School!
Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. Can't read today. I wonder if the feeling is real, caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here that I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with wind and the green hues.
Wait.
Is that hues or hues?
It's hues. Green hues flashing all around me.
Flashing around me as they catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color.
Are operating rooms really painted green?
Green is a disgusting color.
What kind of
green is a nice color, but it's just
it depends on the
green.
I like a nice bright green.
Greening is energetic.
But brings energy. Energy.
So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery?
Dot.
Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. Oh. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical.
Hey, baby.
You must be Nikki. Nakai, Hisao. So you are excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is
Muto.
Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later?
Should I go later?
Hisao! Yes, that's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already.
Are they now?
Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this.
Inevitable.
Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course! Or, why?
What should we choose?
What shouldn't you choose?
Let's be social.
Yeah, let's be social. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but that's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding doki doki in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs.
Doki doki.
The third door. I can't wait. The third door, the third floor corridor is marked at the classroom for class. 3-3. Mutu opens.
Muto! Opens the door and enters. Oh, look at that painting,
Morning.
dude. Thanks, fucking
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm late again.
The painting.
I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I followed the teacher into the classroom and looked around, partially.
Partially.
I got too many things in my head going on at once, so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious.
Yeah.
Spacious.
Spacious.
Spacious. You read for a second.
The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me, a girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Look at that fatty in the back corner. Look at him. Yo.
Horrible, David.
He's slobbering all over himself. What do he have, like a stroke? God damn.
You're horrible.
Sorry. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language.
Ooh, yeah.
She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is this the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her? She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our new classmate. He claps his hands and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it behind bowing, and thanks for this applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer,
Reading soccer.
I'm reading soccer, of course. Naturally, everyone reads soccer. I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though. What the fuck am I saying? Shh. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. ... Doki doki. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands. Again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump.
Delicious.
Yum. It makes me feel a little bad.
Doesn't it?
We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you?
Sure,
Yeah, it's fine with me. Why not? Alright. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? Pretty sure this is the deaf girl. The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. She said, ha 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 ha.
What's with the hearty laugh?
I'm caught off by her laughter. It's nice to meet you, too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Shichan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly, to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses, balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. ... She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you? She's deaf. I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. ... You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there. He would... Wait, what? Oh,
If he
he
wasn't...
would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He
Sure, why
seems
not?
like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. Hichan, right? Hichan.
Ooh.
Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. I can't speak, god damn it. This one's really easy though. ...
Actually, no, you screwed it up. It's just
Fuck.
silence.
Fucking goddamn Nigerians.
Oh, come on.
Ha 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 ha.
One is with your hearty
you look
laugh.
just like a Hichan. Because she's bubbly. She has hearty laughs. She doesn't have like a... Come on now. Hearty laughs are the best laughs. Don't deny. Can I see a nipple? Is she cold, dude? Can I see a nipple pooping out? I think she might be a little bit cold. A little bit nipply.
I wonder why everyone seems to think so.
Are you
Dot, dot,
gonna
dot, 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 dot,
continue? I guess
dot.
you're gonna continue.
Hakamichi taps her finger on the desk to get Michi's attention.
Oh.
You can continue. I'm taking a break.
Wow, you're right so much. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur.
See, I don't like reading names. Names screw me up so much.
Misha seems it's been screwing me up too. It's a tongue twister, it is. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shichan wants you to know that she's the class director, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. I don't really like pink-haired girls, especially when they're fucking bubbly as hell. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. I just kinda came straight to class today. Bitch. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where You're going before you go there, not just with school either. Always,